Because it helps if I turn off the overlay. Good evening, folks. I am Joe Bachman, and this is Burning is Love. Tonight, as always, we have Dawn with me here. And apparently, if I don't have a wrench for my chat, I can't say anything about it being time to burn wood. I typed that message in as not Joe Bachman twice. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting to see like the little comments thing over here light up saying that there's a comment. And I'm like, man, the delay on comments is long tonight. What is going on here? And then I refreshed the page and I noticed the comment was gone. I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't submit it. So I type it in again, refresh it, comment's gone again. I'm like, okay, so I can't mention burning wood unless I have a wrench. Oh, thank you, you lovely bot moderator things, whatever it is that's controlling that.
Well, good evening, everybody. You're just running behind today, aren't you?
Oh, I'm riding the struggle bus. I am majorly riding the struggle bus today.
Okay, so that is something you had. That's a picture you've burned before, but on a different medium or a different piece of wood.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one is more rectangular. This one is actually for a friend of mine. I gave him his choice of if the rectangular one or this one, and he wants this one. So
you do commissions.
Yep, I do commissions.
Hashtag always promote.
Yep. And I actually have time to do commissions right now, which feels weird, but it's also kind of nice. So drop this down. And we're going to get some music playing. We'll start getting into the comments. And we'll go Neverbank with a Learning Curve from Dan Hollifield. And we're just going to start off with track 1, Atlanta Virtue. Then I got to take that back down. There we go. I'll get with it today at some point.
Okay. Ready for comments to go?
Yeah, now I got my headset adjusted even so I can actually hear stuff better.
Maybe it's me.
No, it's definitely me today.
Oh. Carl was first in the door. Hello to all the chatters. And Not Joe Bachman said, good evening, Carl. I don't know about this Not Joe Bachman guy. I think he might be kind of a troublemaker.
A little bit.
Yeah. And Carl said hi to Not Joe. And Not Joe said, interesting, the last message I typed in won't go through. That's probably because you are not wrenched and you can't talk about wood and burning.
Mm-hmm.
And Not Joe Bachman said, but that one did. And Carl said, oops. And Donna is joining us as well tonight. Hi, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Carl's blaming the solar flares. I was trying to blame the weather here earlier for things that weren't. I was trying to text people and it wasn't going through. It was doing weird things. I blamed the weather here. Dear. And Carl said, Donna. And Donna said back, what's new, dude? And we are joined also by Michaela Jade. Ooh, hello, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
And Carl saying hi to Joe and Dawn. I think I'm Dawn. Yeah, okay.
Check your name tag.
Never mind. Donna's saying hi to you and I as well. Carl's saying hi to Michaela. Donna's saying hi to Michaela. And Bladed Thesis is joining us. And
Hey, Bladed.
he said wood burning isn't or burning wood isn't fun, but wood burning is. And I haven't checked the comments, so if Foxy's next to you too, hi Foxy. And Carl saying, hey Thesis. And Thesis is saying, hey Carl and everyone else. And Carl said, hard to tell if burning or wood is the forbidden word. Which is weird because both of those are so...
Right. I could have been talking about a bonfire for all they know.
Well, you're talking about wood burning, which is what you are doing. That's apparently you're going to have to say pyrography every time you want to talk about what you do.
No, because if I type that in wrong, autocorrect is going to change it to something that I definitely shouldn't type in.
Probably that one wouldn't get flagged.
Right.
Michaela said she played hooky today. The roads are poopy. Oh, they aren't very nice. I had a doctor's appointment I canceled this morning. Just wasn't worth the risk. So we have Nick joining in from Facebook, and he said, looks good, Joe. And
Hey,
Carl said,
Nick.
better safe than sorry, Michaela. And you were saying hi.
Roads out here actually weren't too bad this afternoon. Unlike you guys, we switched over to just straight rain today.
It did not know what it wanted to spit out. It was snowing, and then it was sleeting, and then there was like some rain, and then it would start snowing again. So yeah. And Donna said, from what I saw in the weather chart, you needed to stay home, Michaela. Yeah, it was not fun. Donna said hi to Thesis, and Thesis said hey to Donna. Oh, Donna said she said something about burning a house when she saw a spider, and she got a few days of Facebook ban.
Yeah, these algorithms they have set up now are just a little too touchy.
To say the least. And Carl is waving at Nick. So it looks like we caught up on the comments for tonight, or this moment. So we'll just watch you burn your wood.
Well, see, you can say that. You have a wrench.
Well, technically, you have what, 3 wrenches for this channel?
2. Because I never wrenched the Not Joe Bachman.
Yeah, so you have you,
I have Joe
and then
Bachman and I have Indie CD.
but it's the page person, so.
But, that does make me wonder, though. Can I type in... And we're going to try this real quick. Pull up, good old YouTube. Let's test their little bots here.
I'm gonna have a couple more comments that have come in, so while you're testing, I'm gonna go through them.
Yep.
Michaela said, "Vengeance is due out very soon. I'm working on the blurb. I hate blurbs. I don't think I'd like to do blurbs. I think that they'd be too difficult for me." Foxy's here, but she's only sort of here. Hi. And Carl said, "When I talk people out of terminal self-harm, some comments were flagged. Not sure how I'm going to do a psych show later." Ugh. And Donna said, "That's funny. You didn't give yourself a wrench." No, he didn't not give him. He didn't give not him a wrench. Something like. And Donna's saying hey to Foxy, and so is Carl. And Donna's like, "Blurbs can be harder. I only hate them a little less than thinking of titles." Wow, just so much you have to put into just like 1 to 2 little blurb paragraphs. Bladed said, "If the wood is burning, you need to slow down. Voice of experience here." And Not Joe Bachman is testing 1, 2, 3. Time for some pyrography. So it'll take pyrography. And Fox said, "Oh wow, cleaning glasses makes huge difference." I concur. And Not Joe said, "Time for some wood pyrography."
Now here's where it doesn't allow the comment through. So the first comment that I tried to put in was time to burn some wood.
Okay.
So I put time to pyrography some wood. That is not coming through in our comments section here. But if I go here and actually share this screen, it's hard to see, but the last one that's on there, right above Bladed Thesis fire comment, their fire comment is time to pyrography some wood.
Oh, that looks so cool, by the way. That screen looks really cool. That is not fun. So if I don't read a comment, it's because it's not letting me see the comment to read. Yeah, because there's Bladed saying fire.
But the question is what is wrong with that comment? Because it was just a flip of a couple words from the time for some wood pyrography.
Carl said OBS Inception, and Foxy said YTception.
Yeah, that was YouTubeception.
Yeah.
Or StreamYardception, really.
Weird.
See, and this is another reason why I would love to be able to figure out how to create my own little server that people could come and watch the shows on. To be able to comment.
Yes, we are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know I was missing a word.
Oh, I thought you said something was missing a word.
No, I'm missing a word. I was like, share, and what's the third one? Oh yeah, subscribe. Quiet group in here tonight.
No, they got all the chatting out of their system last night during Behind the Code.
Oh, we were a chatty bunch last night.
And hopefully the weather doesn't impact Nick's internet connection too much tomorrow, because I will actually be back at the office most likely, and won't be able to run a show from there.
Oh, why not? Just take your wood burner with, and the camera, and the block of wood, and the other block of sandpaper. And never mind. Carl said he's got a kitty on his lap, taking up one hand to hold him up. I'm assuming that's Mr. Calvi. And Bladed Thesis said, "Nah, we were just behaving in case Xander is watching." Hi, Xander, if you're there.
That actually makes sense. Those numbers check out.
Let's see. And there is the link to Michaela's Patreon. Make sure you go check that out.
Yes, drop your links, folks.
Yes, that's. Donna said she's too busy dancing to the music. And Michaela said, we can talk about all the naughty stories I put up on Patreon.
Alright, I gotta change this tip out, because this ballpoint just is not working out tonight.
Ooh, and Foxy said she's got I'm quiet due to migraine coming on due to weather change coming. I feel you. Ooh, I feel you. I don't get migraines, but I have enough issues. Yeah.
Don't grab the hot one, Joe.
Are we gonna do a soon?
Oh, there's plenty of things that could be done to me. Most of them we can't mention on this show currently.
Because Xander might be watching.
Exactly. But we're going to give this tip a try. A little more difficult to do with this tip, but...
And because, yes, at Michaela Jade, we are having tech difficulties, and our website will be up and going soon. I noticed that author Michaela Jade wasn't popping up, but your Michaela Jade Books LLC is. So I know that there's been a lot of retooling going on, so I'm assuming that's part of the retooling. And Bladed Thesis said we are supposed to be getting some snow tonight finally, so she will be hurting later tonight. Ooh. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. And there is Bladed Thesis this YouTube link. And Michaela said, yeah, it's a mess. And as long as you keep putting one step in front of the other and moving forward, that's what really matters.
Oh, yeah, this is working out a lot better.
Working out better than the last one, or
This tip is working out better. I'm hoping next payday I'm going to be able to get some more wood blanks. I found a few on Amazon.
buying wood with your paycheck?
Yeah,
Okay.
someone's got to. Better than buying something else, I guess.
Hi, Xander.
Yeah. We won't say what. But no, they actually had some pine wood pieces that were fairly decent size. So I'm gonna check those out. Probably order a couple of them and. Thought I had found a really good seller on there for wood. And because they had like all different types. They had cherry wood, they had like probably 8 or 10 different types of wood. And I was gonna order some of those. So I'm like, well, I'd like to try and burn on cherry. I'd like to try and burn on, you know, some of these other ones. And then I look, and they're like almost like the stuff that you would put down on like a kitchen floor. You know, like the little tiles. And they're like, I think the thickest one was like 1/8 of an inch or maybe 1/4 inch thick. It's like, well, by the time I actually use you know, the sander on that, I'm gonna be down to like nothing left to burn.
Once you hi Xander. He keeps us on our toes, doesn't he? Even if he's not, maybe not here. Let's see here. Bladed Thesis wants to know if anybody got a spare knitting needle I can borrow. Trying to thread these bindings by hand sucks. I do not, but if I did, I would let you use it. And if you lived a bit closer. And Michaela said, in the meantime, I'm putting together gift baskets to give away on her Facebook page. So keep an eye on the first. Is that the Merc page or your author page itself? And Foxy said that this year for gardening, I want to try growing some purple sweet corn.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Michaela said, ooh, that sounds fun, Foxy. This is where it's like, oh my God. Michaela does a lot of gardening, Foxy. So if you have questions, she might be able to give you some information. I know it's a different climate that you guys are in, but hey, it's always fun to find gardening friends. And Foxy goes, because it's purple and I love sweet corn, how can you not go wrong? Okay, I'm a Vikings fan, so definitely purple and gold corn would be just so much fun to have. I don't care if they suck. I'm still a Vikings fan. Excuse me. Bladed Thesis said, or this is his link for DeviantArt. I'll screw that all up as I try to say it. And Donna said, hi, Xander has replaced Sorry, Nana.
Pretty much.
That impact that he's made on us. Uncle Roger voice, sorry, children. That came from Bladed Thesis. Michaela's like, oh, heck yes, I love my gardens. And Foxy says, gardening is in my blood. I'm farmer stock. Okay, so Foxy, Michaela, Foxy. And Bladed Thesis says she's got a really good thumb, speaking of Foxy. And Bladed Thesis says, if you don't know who Uncle Roger is, shame on you.
I'd agree with that.
Well, then I'm shamed.
You haven't seen the Uncle Roger cooking videos?
No.
Alright, so after the stream, I'm going to need you to do a little YouTube and Facebook reel search. And
I'm on it. I haven't done anything, but... Okay, I will look it up here. I'm looking it up. And let's see. Here, Donna said she is an old farmer's daughter. She can't grow shit but corn and soybeans. And Bladed said, shame, Dawn. Shame, shame, shame. I'm hanging my head in shame. That I can't read the comments when I'm doing this.
no, we just need to move your monitor down some.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work. And Carl went, oh, that Uncle Roger. So I bet you he's hanging his head in shame too right now. Foxy said that she needs to get rid of aloe again. I have a pot overflowing with babies. And Michaela is asking Foxy, did you know carrots were originally purple? And Foxy said, what's the emotional damage guy? I should share him too. Cross an emotional damage. I can't talk tonight.
Emotional damage. I can't do it tonight either.
And Foxy is agreeing that she did know that carrots are purple. And Bladed Thesis said, if you could see my apartment, you would know how well she grows things. Well, Michaela's got a daughter that does a lot of gardening and growing things and selling plants. So I'm sure her house is covered and stuff like that. Donna said, the Uncle Roger vids that have been on Uncle Carl's Secret Humor Group must have been before your time. Okay, probably. We'll go with that. Foxy said, and purple taters are delicious. Even he is emotional damage. Came from Bladed Thesis. And Foxy said, speaking of, tomorrow is watering day. And that's why I don't have plants, because I forget to water them. And Bladed said, the only thing we can't get to grow are strawberries for some reason.
We have an absolute plethora of various herbs and mints, and the chocolate mint is really good. The spearmint is good, and some of the chocolate spearmint, because it's ended up cross-pollinating, is actually pretty good. Really good to let dry and then put in with a tea.
Ooh, that would be. And Foxy said, those damn aphids are the reason I can't the reason I can't get rid of them. Maybe you need to have somebody else read comments, because apparently I'm not reading them. I can't pronounce words. And Foxy said, and roses, which get aphids too. And because I said, oh dear Lord, strawberries grow everywhere in my gardens. Bladed Thesis said, one year she bought me snapdragons, and those things lasted through the winter and into the next spring. Dang, nice.
The first year we did our garden, we had my neighbor wanted us to plant a bunch of hot peppers, and we planted a hot cayenne, a couple of hot cayenne plants. These things produced peppers through December. It got to the point that I finally quit picking them. I thought I'd gotten them all. The next spring when we went out there and all the leaves had fallen off it, there were still a ton of peppers hanging off the thing. I'm like, I went through this thing. There wasn't a pepper left.
It was a mutant.
That or the natural heat of the pepper just wouldn't let it die over the winter.
And Donna said that does sound delicious. She was talking about your peppermint, chocolate peppermint, stuff like that. Let's see here. And Foxy says, I plan to try again and maybe with some Venus flytraps next to them. Oh, that would be cool. That would be a really cool picture.
Mm-hmm.
And Foxy said that they are in an apartment, so space and light is somewhat limited. That makes sense. Bladed Thesis said, and her tomato plant lasted about 18 months before she decided to let it die. She brought it in over the winter, so our spare bedroom smelled like tomatoes. And Michaela said, peppers are a perennial plant. Say that 10 times fast.
I don't think I could say it the first time. Slow.
Oh, try it. Just for me. Just for Michaela.
Peppers are a perennial plant.
See, you kind of got to think about it.
We did make some rather good, well, it was somewhat good. I don't know if the burn was from the alcohol or the peppers. But we made some pepper moonshine. We took the hot cayenne, the habaneros, the ghost peppers, the Carolina Reapers, and then some of the banana peppers, jalapenos, and poblanos we had growing. Let those ferment and distilled it and made a pepper shine. Yeah.
Damn.
Like I said, I don't know. It had a great flavor. Like, you could taste the peppers. But I don't know if the burn and the fact that it, went down your gullet like kerosene was from the alcohol content or the peppers.
And I'm not a Bloody Mary person, but that sounds like that would have been good on a Bloody Mary. Actually,
one of the DJs we know, we were telling him about it, and we just made it just to say we made it. We didn't, really have any intentions on drinking it. It was just more of a, we've got the stuff to do it, let's do it, see if we can do it. And he actually said the same thing. He's like, oh man, that would make a great spicy Bloody Mary. And we're like, well, we've still got a few jars of it that we haven't passed out. Do you want one? He goes, yeah. So I took one up there the next night. 3 days later, I stopped up there again, and he had me working. I'm like, hey, how was that, spicy Bloody Mary? And he looks right at me and goes, how many more jars you got?
That good, huh?
Well, we gave him the pint jar, because we just did it in pints, which is still a decent sized jar. That's a decent amount of alcohol when it's sitting at 80%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I think we got one or two more. Why? He goes, yeah, I might have finished that first jar in one night. I said, and you're still standing. He goes, well, I'm pretty sure he goes, I'm not sure if it was the alcohol or the peppers that, would guarantee to kill a cure, but,
Whew.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, Nick is here with us in the chat now.
Oh, well, I'm stuck on the, you were telling your story, so peppers are a perennial plant yet, so I'm going to catch up on comments here. Foxy, that tomato was over 8 feet tall. I have to say, when we were kids, my dad would plant his pepper and tomato plants in 5-gallon buckets, and then put them in old little red wagons that he would find cheap. And that way when storms came in, we just had to roll the plants in so he didn't have to worry about it. Or if it was going to get cold, you just had to roll the plants in, you didn't have to cover them. So we talk about stuff like that. Makes me think of that.
That's actually genius. Because you can always find those little wagons for cheap at yard sales and stuff like that. So that's genius.
And Foxy wants me to say pick a peck of pickled peppers. I almost did it. Let's see here.
Peter Piper.
And now we're talking about gardening on a wood burning stream. You never know where, especially Burning is Love, where it's going to go. That's what's awesome about this show and this program is we learn about the burning, the wood burning, the pyrography, but we've done a lot of learning too.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. Bladed Thesis says, speaking of burning, should I tell the story? I would say yes. Yes, you should. Oh, and there's Nick. Hello, Nick. And he's saying hi to you and I and the chat. And Donna saying, hey, Nick. And Nick is saying, hey, Donna.
Since Nick is not on the stream, I'll do it for him. Hey, Donna.
Thank you. Nick said, oh, we know where the burning is going to go. They do make salves for that.
If it burns for more than 4 hours, consult your local physician.
Really?
Or call the fire department, one of the two.
And Foxy says hi to Nick.
And I see we're caught up on comments again, so I'm going to run a quick ad.
Okay.
So that I can pop my neck and get right back into this. Just want to burn across there's a knot right here in the center of this line that I'm doing. So I just want to get through that real quick. We'll give this tip a little bit of time to actually relax and cool off and get it cleaned up, and we will see you all in... As soon as I pause the music, because for whatever reason when I play an ad, it doesn't want to pause the music. We'll see you all here in about 45 seconds.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
All right, and get back in here. And we're going to switch over to track 2. Nice and easy does it.
Yeah, looks like we had a couple of comments come in, so I'm going to catch up on those.
Mm-hmm.
Nick said, hiya, Foxy, feeling any better? Oh, and here's Bladed Thesis story, so works out perfect. He said, so, all right, so I lived a fairly sheltered life, so I didn't really go to parties until I was almost 21. The first one I went to, they made a shot called a Flaming Dr. Pepper. I have no idea what was in it. But it tasted... Pardon?
I've heard of that.
But it tasted just like Dr. Pepper. You light the shot before you took it, and some people didn't remember to blow it out before drinking the shot.
Oh.
Oh. Blow it out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick said, relax the tip and get it cleaned. I'm going to say from that comment, we don't have to worry about Xander anymore. Foxy said, a bit migrainy, Nick, but enjoying the new haircut. Ooh. And Donna said, always good to have a clean tip. Yeah, you don't want a dirty tip. And Facebook user says it's a Joe and Dawn. Facebook viewer, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh. Don't you have it on here?
Yeah.
Or is it on the one you're doing? Oh, wait, there, yeah. Be sure to go to StreamYard.com Facebook so that we can see who you are when you're a comment from Facebook. Exclamation point. Because I figured I better put the exclamation point in there. So please go ahead and do that, Facebook user, so we know who we're talking with. And Nick said, oh, I'm glad at least you like the haircut. And Donna is right, of course. Have a clean tip. Mm-hmm. Oh, Zachy's here. Hello, Zach from the launch.
Hey, Zach.
He's like, you're supposed to blow out the flame? If you don't know what you're doing, you should, but I have seen people take them flaming, but the way they take it in their mouth, the flame goes out and you don't actually see them blow it out, if that makes any sense.
The way they take it in their mouth.
See, it's not my fault. Wait, it said one idiot had a mouthful of flaming liquor, ran outside to spit it on dry grass, and started a small fire.
See, I've seen people with beards like mine, or Carl's, or Dan's, where they've tried to do one of those flaming shots and not blow it out first, and end up losing most of the beard.
I say Ted, when he was drinking, he did a flaming shot. He had to blow him out first. Oh, and Zach said that was him, so he was Facebook user. So I'm glad you came over here to the dark side. And Carl said Zach, and Zach said Carl. And Nick goes, that is yet another reason why I don't drink. And Donna and Nick have both said hi to Zach, and Zach said hi to Donna and Nick. And Foxy said, my hair is much lighter and fluffier. Like a foxy fringe. I like that. I am growing my hair out because I want to do once I achieve a goal, I want to do hair roulette, where you point behind you at your hairdresser, you don't know what you're choosing, but you're choosing one or the other, and they do your hair based on what your choices are, so you have no clue what your hair is coming out like. So that's why I'm growing my hair out. Who knows? It could be shaved by the time I have that done.
Are you gonna go like early 2000s Britney Spears on us, or is that late 1900s? No, it was early 2000s.
It depends on what those are choices. I don't know what my hairdresser is going to have for choices. So it is possible. I doubt she would do that, but it's possible. Launchpad. Zach wants to know, what if I want to breathe fire?
There's easier ways and safer ways to do that.
Oh, go on.
Consult
Zach.
your local Renaissance fair for more details.
Carl said, I watched part of Zach's show earlier until NASA guy put me to sleep. And Zach said, I'm here 2 minutes and already putting into my mouth. What are you putting into your mouth? Putting something in your mouth, Zachy?
Remember, if it burns for more than 4 hours.
Oh no, my brain just went bad. That is totally a green room beyond. That's a hashtag green room comment that just came through my brain.
What do you mean your brain just went bad?
It went bad. It pickled.
It pickled.
Nick said, and you don't seem to blow it out. Okay. Belated is continuing story. Said fire department police showed up and there were at least 20 people who were drinking underage. They all took off like morons and the cops chased. I sat calmly in the living room with a bottle of Bartles and James. They didn't even notice me. Yeah, sometimes being conspicuous is the best way to be inconspicuous. And Zach said, yes, we need to live stream this so we know and you don't do it in the green room. Zach, you're making this much worse. Foxy said, I had my hair long and then chopped it to donate and then grew it back. Darn it. My hair goes from short to long so often and so much that it's hard to keep up with. Sometimes it's all the one length, sometimes it's asymmetrical, sometimes, yeah, it's all different. And Zach said, yeah, Bill, Carl does that, Carl. You're already putting it in yours, Dawn. I just realized that Zach is how I am to Nick. Never mind the furthermore. Bladed Thesis says, I need a haircut because I get curls behind my ears. It drives me nuts. We just cut it a week or so ago. But the curls are cute. I'm just saying. Oh, Lord. I'm not reading this. You have to look up. For those who are listening and not actually paying attention, would you read that out loud for me, please?
So Zach wants to know, when's the burnt taco?
Oh. And I said, thanks, Joe. I was just thinking that. I'm thinking it was a comment before the burnt taco. Oh, that's it. I'm talking about your haircut roulette. So confused right now. And Foxy said, mine's in fluffy little layers this time, and I rather like it. Oh, I've done the layers. I'm the person, I'm wash and go. And Zach is taking it as a compliment, he thinks. Yeah, take it as a compliment. And Nick said, oh, how the tables turned on me. Turnabout's fair play. Bladed said, doesn't give much to hold on to, though. Not the green room. Where is not the green room?
Under Rich's thing, because I've yet to actually put one up over here.
Oh shoot, I went to the wrong thing. Where am I going? I have to find the not the green room before we go. So give me a second here. Can I say something that is green room? I'm asking permission, Joe.
Xander, if you're watching, cover your ears.
That's when you get a ball gag. Okay, I'm good.
Free your mind.
Oh, Lord. Okay, back to the comments. Foxy said they are cute curlies. Aww. Oh, but she wanted to say there is still plenty to hold on to, Thesis. Zach said, haircut roulette and green room. Don't put anything in your mouth unless it has a clean tip.
And it's good advice.
remember, people need to write this down and then keep it for the green room and say it in the green room. Blade of Thesis, we could take a picture of your new hair to show people. And if you want, you can have Joe update it on your indiecd.org profile page.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for everybody else out there. If you are a member of indiecd.org and have anything coming up, make sure you get that information to Joe so he can get your profile updated. If you're not a member of The Burning is Love, or The Burning is Love, oh my goodness.
indiecd.org.
Thank you. I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm stalling for time. If you're not a member, which I think a lot of the people here are, but just in case, anybody, you know. Oh, why won't it let me? Come on. There we go. There it is. That is the link to indiecd.com.
Org.
.org. I got the con in my head. Oh, we have to talk about that too. Okay, hold on here. Let me get back up here to the comments where I was at. And Nick said, you turn me right around, Donnie. Right around. Let's see here. And Blade Thesis says, Nick, that song has been forever ruined for me. Oh, and Xander is taking his bath, so we are all good to be green roomies. There is the link for indiecd.org, and Foxy is not sorry. The Thesis. And Donna's like, if you're not a member, shame on you. And Foxy and Thesis, Nick wanted to let you know that those problems can easily be addressed with paracord or basic leather working. My virgin ears. So.
Sorry, did that come out?
No, I didn't hear a damn thing. So we kind of touched on the indiecd.com con. Nick, next year you need to pick something easier out. indiecd.com. It will be in Fowler, Indiana on February 24th, 2024. And I'm not sure if there's tables available yet. I know that there was a hold on tables because we're trying to get through everything. If you're not able to make the event but want a presence there, contact me at ddoulis at ddoulis, B as in boy, P as in Paul, A as in apple, at yahoo.com. So, Nick, if you have any links to the con that you want us to use, now would be a really good time to drop those. Give me 1 second here.
Free your mind.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, and Foxy wants us to know that she has silk rope, so they're all good. Since they don't have the paracord silk rope, that will work. And Joe said that Amanda said, yes, that indeed did come out when you were laughing at me. That makes me mad. Ooh, and they have zip ties. So Foxy and Blade of Thesis have rope, silk ties, or zip ties. So even with her short hair, they can have some fun. And other fun things. Ooh. Makes that excellent, Foxy. Quality choice. And Amanda is going to retour the event site to add one tomorrow. Fun. And there is my email address. When I say email me, I'm the one that typed that up. Because as you can see, Joe's hands were busy. We hope those are your hands, Joe. So yeah, if you want to have questions or if you want to be there without being there, get a hold of me and we will go from there. I'm not going to drop any specific links, Nick, because I want to make sure that what gets dropped is what you want people to see. And yes, that was a green room sounding comment, but we already have a couple people that are going to be in this at the swag table. Foxy and Bleeded Theses. Unfortunately, they cannot make it to the con itself, so they are going to be sending me some of their swag and some fun stuff. Earlier, Bladed Thesis was talking about needing the knitting tool, the knitting needle. So I think that's probably the possibly the sample he's going to send of his journal. I'm really excited to see that. So, so if you want a presence but can't be there, please let me know. And oh, Mr. Hollifield, Dan, how you doing? He's like, oh dear, I missed it all. Well, we can start over.
No, the party doesn't begin until you arrive, Dan.
Let's see here. A Bladed Thesis says, I do have a leather archery bracer. What could I do with that?
My first initial thought would be practice archery.
No, it wasn't.
Sure
Oh,
it
my.
was.
No.
I am a innocent bystander here. And on that note, folks, we're going to take one more commercial break. Because if you believe that, I have a bridge I would like to sell you. We'll see you in a minute and a half.
Hi there, my name's Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Aphelion website. Aphelion has been online since 1997. Since then, we've brought you the very best amateur science fiction and fantasy writing, and given the world at least 100 brand new professional writers from those who have walked through our doorways. So if you enjoy reading, look for Aphelion. That's www.aphelion, APHELION webzine.com. A quick Google of Aphelion-webzine will give you everything you want to know, plus 20 years worth of our backlog of files, our archive of stories stretching back until February of 1997. Think of Aphelion as a permanent floating writer's workshop dedicated to helping new writers become proficient enough to become professional writers and best-selling writers. We have over 100 success stories to our name, and if you're an amateur writer, you may be our next triumph. And if you just like to read stories, we've got plenty of them for you. Just come on by and visit. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right. And we're back, folks.
Okay. And we hope that during the break, you guys all thought what could be done with a leather archery bracer. Other than archery. And Foxy said, like, there won't be more, Dan. Which is true, but kind of... Once, it's one of those things, once the mood is past, it's past, and every mood is different every week with every show. And Facebook is not giving me the event page. Oh no, let's see here. See if that works. If it doesn't, I apologize. But we'll see if that one works. Let's see here. And Dan said there will always be entirely too much Dan. There's never enough Dan to go around to all the women who have their parts of Dan that they wish they could take home and keep in a jar. What, nothing on that one, Joe?
That wasn't exactly a green room comment. That was more like Murder, She Wrote or Dexter, like something, you know, something you expect to hear on Bailey Sarian's Murder, Makeup, and Mystery Mondays.
Whatever. And Donna said, "Hey, Dan," and so did Carl. And Dan said, "That's one of my favorite songs, Joe. So which one were you playing before the break?"
The one that's playing right now. That's why I turned it back on. I saw that comment.
Ah, awesome. And Donna wants to remind everybody that she does not think anyone here is innocent, and I will second that. Are you in agreement with that one, Joe?
Really, the only innocent one here, and he's actually in the bath right now, is Xander.
That's why right now, don't think anyone here is innocent. Nick says he has a metal ring and use it as a tie-down point that won't leave marks.
I'm just gonna keep burning.
Woo! Oh, Bladed Thesis said, "Speaking of the con, does anyone know of a free program to make it business cards? I've got mine designed, but need to be able to print them." And that was actually something that Foxy was asking me about as well. I know we had mentioned Staples.
So, I don't know if Avery still has a free program or not, but if you're doing business cards, you're gonna print them off on the Avery brand of business card paper, where it's pre-perforated and everything. They used to have free software on their website, which I believe was Avery.com, AVERY.com. Now, granted, I'm remembering this information from back when I worked at Staples over a decade ago. Like I said, I don't know if they still have that software. If they don't, I'm not sure what program you have them created in right now. But you can send it to me. I think I still have some business card paper around here somewhere that hasn't been used in God knows how long. But you can email it over to me, and I can try and get it printed out for you. And I am going to skip ahead in the comments just a bit. I'll let you star that one, or I'll star it real quick just so we know where we're at.
Okay.
But Foxy says we don't have a Staples around here. That actually, Foxy, they will ship it directly to you. Because I had created a bunch of business cards for Dawn for Indie CD, and I actually had them shipped straight to her house. So that is it is still a possibility. You don't have to pick them up from the store, but they will ship them directly wherever you want them to go.
And that's an option. So that's why, as I said, I'm always about, hey, let's see what's out there, type of thing. So there's an option. If anybody else has suggestions, throw them out there. I think that's the event that I shared, that it came out right. And Dan wants to know, is that vocal or an instrument? And Carl agrees, keeping Dan in a jar, what the hell, creepy. I'm just saying, when you open the jar, you can hear Dan's voice. That's what okay. And Carl said that is actually an instrument using a human voice. And Carl said, cool, because we were talking about the other day what that was. So I'm glad that, you came on and that's all part of everything. And then Nick said, add the ring to the archery bracer. Nick, you have all night now to draw a picture of that for Nevermind the Furthermore tomorrow to show us what you mean. Next week, art time with Ned. That here.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not right in the head, and I'm a bad person sometimes. Dan said that we told Thesis that Word can do it, but it is a tad limited. And that's when Foxy said they don't have Staples around here, and that's been addressed. And and we don't have Word on our PCs and can't afford to buy it. And Nick said that Avery has the free templates for their business cards. It will print fine on cardstock. And Bladed Thesis says Avery has free templates, but you need a PDF reader to edit them, and most that I've found needs a paid subscription.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to have actual free software. So
I was gonna say, because I printed stuff off with Avery, like labels and stuff like that.
yeah, but their templates, like he said, you either need a PDF editor or it's an actual template that would download for Word and things like that.
I'm gonna check something, but I'm gonna try to get through the things here as well. And Dan said, evidently I now have an internet reputation as being a drunken Lothario. Fake that however you will. I will take that any way I want. Fake that. You get really good shoulder rubs, by the way. And Carl said there's a Lothario meeting on Friday, Dan. It's 7 o'clock at Central Time in the green room. Ooh, Michaela is going to start doing audio for her ads and Patreon stories. Exciting! Oh my god, I am so happy, Michaela. I know things have, like I said, kind of been a little wonky, and I'm glad that they're still wonky, but you're moving forward. Let's see here. And Carl said, I think you can download the Word app for free now. Google Docs might have a template. Ooh, I never thought of that. Bladed said that Google Docs doesn't have anything. He checked yesterday. And Michaela suggested the same thing about Google Docs. I think probably those comments all came in right. And Carl said, dang, sorry, Thesis.
The free version of Word, though, and I think I know what you're talking about, Carl. And that's just to be able to, like, open Word documents and view them. I don't think there's any editing feature to it. It'll just let you open it and print it.
And Dan would say, oh, Michaela has such a sexy voice. Ooh. And Nick said, business card size in pixels is 1050 by 600. So you can use any image editing app to generate images that size.
This might be where I need to go back to the ballpoint tip. I was trying to do these little stones.
Free your mind.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Switch back to that ballpoint.
I am taking a look here, so I apologize. Let's see here. And Carl said, what's the name of that free one? LibreOffice? And
Libre, yeah.
It's helpful tonight. You were saying, I'm sorry.
Just confirming, I believe Libre is a free one.
And Nick said free business card templates in Google Docs. Oh, he did find a website for that, so click on that and see if you can get the cards there. And Dan is agreeing and said Office or LibreOffice, yes. And Nick said do those little stones with a ballpoint tip. Dang, Joey. And Carl said, I don't like how Word does business cards anyway, so I'm going to go look at Nick's link. And Dan says, does everything MS Office can do but free? That's the Libra I think he's speaking of. And Foxy said, Libra might have one. It's on his dad's laptop. We probably could get that one and try it. Ooh. And Michaela said, ooh, you can make business cards in Photoscape X. Let's see here. I've never looked at the Photoscape X on that one. LibreOffice, Apache, OpenOffice. So there's a couple more options. And Blade at Thesis says, thanks everyone, you've been incredibly helpful. I told you, said you'd ask during here, never mind the furthermore, or something like that, you're going to get a lot of feedback. And even through the laughs and the innuendos and everything else, it is an amazing group of people in this chat tonight to help everybody else out. So
Yes, it is.
So I'm glad we were able to give you guys some ideas. So. Oh, Amanda's even got a better idea. Go use your local library's copy of Word and their printer, possibly. Oh, that is an excellent idea, Amanda. I always forget about stuff like that. That is awesome. And she wanted to let you know, Amanda said that she loves that picture, Joe. By the way, hi, Amanda. And Blade said, hey, Amanda, I could do that. And hi to Amanda from Carl. And Nick said, well, with the generic print size, you should be able to simply print X copies and tweak the printer settings to fit multiple on one page. Or we take your wife's idea. Teasing. I'm teasing. And Dada's saying hey to Amanda. Lots of good ideas today. See, we talked about gardening. We talked about IndieCD.com. We talked about what's going on with Michaela Jade Books. We're talking about how to get business cards. Look at this. Found tutorial vids for Scribus graphics program, but it still has a really steep learning curve. My first couple of months of Aphelion covers may still be a mix of Paint and Excel. You're doing something new too as well, Dan. So, I mean, you gotta do what you have to do.
Can't believe we're already over an hour into this show.
Time flies when you're having fun. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to design something in Canva, and I'm not very well versed in it as well. But it's another thing to look at is Canva. Dan says, I love learning things, but I love them more when they work. I will say this, based on the frustration that I know that Michaela has gone through with all these little changes, well, not little, these big changes to Michaela Jade, the brand, the LLC of the books, that she could probably second, third, fourth that and carry it unanimously. And Carl said it got so quiet he could hear Joe scraping the wood. And Carl said, Canva is good. I have used it for book covers, never thought of it for business cards. I just kind of, it was one of those things, popped into my brain. And Thesis said, Carl, really? That sounds painful. I don't know, was it painful, Joe?
Yeah, but once you add a little lotion, it's fine.
What are the chances that I'm sitting here throwing around a bottle of lotion when you say that?
It puts the lotion on the skin, else it gets the hose again.
It is. It's putting the lotion on the skin right now. I don't want the hose. Nick said, design and print custom cards online at canva.com/business-cards. And Carl said, yeah. I think he's agreeing with that. It sounds painful. And Michaela said, yep, it's been a pain and I'm ready for 2024. I'm determined to make it awesome. Atta girl. And Nick said, Ocean Potion is a lifesaver. Not going there. Thinking things, but not going there. And Nick said, Potion, next to the computer. Landon said that he's got a bottle of lotion right next to his right hand. Oh, dear. We all have way too much fun. Thesis says he's diabetic. It's for my feet. I understand. I just teasing a little bit the fact that we all admitted that, hey, there's lotion right here. But you gotta remember, a lot of the people here are authors and designers. They use their hands a lot. They're working with their hands. And yes, they probably do get dry skin just because there's so much usage with their hands. So it's all good. When Dan said, the only thing next to my right hand is a cold beer. And here's me going, unless it's the mirror image, yes, when he picks up his beer, yes. And Donna said, no such thing as too much fun.
Only thing in my right hand right now is wood.
And the other hand is holding a
Stick.
with a very hot tip. And Donna, there is such a thing as too much fun. That's usually when the cops show up. And Carl said he will check Canva when Kelvin lets go of his arm. And Dan said, bugger, I drank my Kraken earlier tonight. That's what she said. Thank you, Dan. Dawn looked just like her avatar. Just okay. So on Facebook they have the little avatars, and I had one made up, and I found one the other day. She's doing this. And it said, "Damn," and I was like, I posted it. Carl swiped it, and now my avatar is in his folder of stuff he has to make fun of or tease and have fun with his friends. Avatar. I had it, Carl. And Thesis says, "Oh, there's a limit to fun. Usually when the police are involved or when you can't get the handcuffs off." But maybe Nick can show us in the drive for with the bracers. And Thesis, that's why you shouldn't get caught. And that's why Thesis just sat there with the Bartles and James in his hand like he owned that thing and he was of age and he didn't care and he did a great job and didn't get busted. Attaboy.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just hide in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
Free your mind.
Thesis wanted to just let Donna and Brute tell her that didn't say they were his handcuffs.
Alright, we're gonna jump over to track 3 Out of the Shadows. Oh,
They're Foxies. No, I'm not gonna say. Nick said, "All right, Dawn, give me a second to whip that picture up." Oh, and Donna wants to know if, let's see here. Wants to know if Thesis wants to borrow her handcuffs. They're gold. Oh dear.
I know why this piece is taking longer. This is actually a larger burn than the last one.
Meaning that you resized it to a different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm noticing on a lot of the lines I'm having to make multiple passes to actually get the full thing colored in. Especially with the ballpoint tip. And I didn't have to do that last time I did this.
I know this is going to be taken as a green room comment. But I did not realize that it was bigger.
Yep.
Because he's already drawing. Oh. Dan said, I'm sorry. Dan said, "Okay, there was about enough Southern comfort in the liquor cabinet to make sure I sleep really well tonight. Lynn by my side, dog and cat by my ankles." Because tomorrow night, there really isn't any streams going on, but Thursday night, Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing. And girl said that Callie finally got up. Now my lap is all sweaty.
Nope. I'm just gonna keep working here.
You're going through the same turmoil emotionally and mentally that I am right now, aren't you, Joe?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell with it. I'm going to say it. You were supposed to make the pussy wet, not the other way around.
Oh, see, that's not where I was going. You should pet the sweaty stuff, not sweat the petty stuff.
Yeah, that works too.
I love the fact that we're all wrong in the head and all different kinds of wrongs. Carl said that cat is warm. You kind of hot.
I was innocent before this stream started.
Bullshit. And Dave said, Out of the Shadows was my tribute to Cliff Richard and the Shadows. It's supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes long in a 50s pop style. I like that you're here giving us the background on these songs, Dan. You need to do little biographies for all of them so that when we're playing them, we can relay that to our audience. Another thing to put on your after I'm retired to-do list.
Ooh, that's a little warm on the thumb.
And Thesis said, we are all part of the cabinet of the government of the gutter. And Dan said, glad to help. I was just thinking about this. So Xander is usually one of the people that keeps us in line. The other person is Alec, and I haven't seen him tonight. So I don't know if he didn't know we were streaming because it's a different night. Or
yeah, I don't know that he knew we were streaming because I don't think I mentioned it. Oh no, I did mention it on NTF. I think I when I mentioned it on NTF, I think I said I was debating it at the time, and then I decided to do it.
Nothing, Joe, nothing. Dan said, if anyone ever has any questions about my music or stories, I will be happy to answer. And you can find all of his music at bandcamp.com.
Mm-hmm. Links to his music, links to the Bandcamp music can be found at indiecd.org/about-Dan-Hollifield.
And Nick told me to check my messenger. I did, which is why I was laughing, and I got the really weird look from Joe. Am I supposed to share that?
If you don't, I'm going to tell him to send it to me, and I'll share it.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Alright, while you're trying to pull that up, we're going to play one more commercial because I can feel my neck trying to tighten up here. So you pull that up and get it ready. We'll let a few more comments filter in. And we will be back here in just a couple minutes. We're going to play an ad for Kat Rothermel and Amy, or we're going to do Kat Rothermel and Any Comics Network. So up first is Kat.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right, and we are back. Nick, I know there's an ad floating around for Nevermind the Furthermore, because I know Jody McPhee plays it. If that's in your secret folder, let me know, because I need to find it and download it and add it into my group.
And when Michaela gets hers done, make sure you get it to Joe.
Yep.
And especially if you are a member of ndc.org, get it to Joe. Okay.
And now we're going to do track 4, New World, Old Worlds. And back to you, Dawn.
No, you go ahead and share that. Because I don't want to screw up how the pictures all come up.
No, I'm just going to do this and then...
So, that is what Nick sent me. Who I did let's know I, among other things, an armor and a leather worker. So you got the brace there, and then you've got the ring so that there's no wear, tear. And... Sorry, that was done on my phone. I love it. Thank you. And Dan said, just don't ask how deep is your love, or Lynn will thump you. No thumping from Lynn. She's an extreme Bee Gees fan. Oh, wow. Okay. Then, yes, we may have to have a conversation. I was raised with the Bee Gees. Let's see here. And Carl said that Canva business card worked well. He just needed to add his own graphic and print it. So there's another option. And Carl said, thanks, Dawn and Nick, for mentioning it.
I gotta buy a new ballpoint tip again. Already worn this one out. I have a flat edge on one side.
Are you able to still burn with it?
Yeah.
Is that flat edge or?
Yeah, it's just flat on one side now, and I guess I could try and hold it like this. Sorry, go on. I just my ADD kicked in and went, ooh, something that shouldn't be shiny like that.
We're caught up. No, we're not. Dan said, Nick, I have designs for similar greaves. The problem is sourcing dependable rivets. And Bladed said, a flat edge on one side of his tip.
That's how you know you rub it too much.
Especially along the wood. Bladed Thesis said, my bracer is a bit different, but that might work.
Yes, folks, that's right. The burning is love. Come for the wood burning, stay for all the stuff you're going to learn.
And things you didn't know you wanted to learn. Well, think about it. We've learned about purple carrots tonight. We've learned about business cards. We've learned that Calvin is a very warm kitty cat.
I think that's about true for all cats, though.
So was it Calvin sweating or Carl was sweating? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't ask that. Nick said, you can get copper rivets ordered through Ace Hardware Supplier. See, now figured out where to find rivets. Carl said he had to move around a bit.
Okay, this tip keeps acting like this. I'm going to switch back to the other one again.
Just because a tip doesn't do exactly what you want it to do means you just put it on the shelf and ignore it.
It's not the size or the shape of the tip, it's how you use it.
Mm-hmm. Apparently you abused that tip. Dan said, Tandy Leatherworks has the best rivets, but it's difficult to guess the size and length of the rivet you need for a specific project. We used to actually have a Tandy Leatherworks here in town up till maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Just thought I'd put that out there. And Nick said, never mind, they're available through Amazon too. 100 sets, copper rivets, and burrs, washers, leather copper rivet fastener for belts, wallets, collar, leather, do-it-yourself craft supplies. 9/16-inch, size 12, and website. I don't know if you noticed this. I don't do websites. I'm really bad about reading off when there's a lot of slashes and stuff in websites. So I apologize for that. But
Yeah, you don't need to really read that part off, though.
if somebody wants to know, they're going to go to it and they're probably going to copy and paste the website somehow anyway. It's not necessarily write the whole thing down.
Right. Alright, you out. I will be right back, folks, because I just heard something drop over in my wife's little corner, so I will return.
Okay. That way we don't have to look at it. He put me all here. Oh, Dan gave me something to read. Ooh, I once got a set of spurs and a different set of spurs for our steampunk boots from a local farm supply store. And depending on where you live, if you have a lot of farming community, there might be stuff there. And Bladed said, I got my bracer from Ravenswood Leather for my birthday a few years back. Carl said perhaps Hobo is knocking stuff over. That's where I was kind of going with, thinking maybe Hobo was getting into something.
No, he's upstairs with the wife. So I don't know what that was. She heard it too upstairs and thought it was me. So I don't know. Apparently my mom is getting active.
She's saying hi. Killer tomato? That's what Carl wants to know, if it's a killer tomato.
Yeah, maybe I do want to use that too.
And Dan said men's and ladies spurs, but you have to be careful navigating stairs when wearing spurs on one's boots. Oh yeah, that could. Ooh, I would definitely break body parts. And Lady Thesis says, "Hi, the wife." Oh, she's awesome. Oh, she's awesome.
She's great for her first wife.
But I think she says the same thing about you're great for her first husband, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah. And you wonder why they get along so well. Traylana joins once in a while in the green room, and she makes appearances.
One of these days, when I host Nevermind the Furthermore for Nick, I'm going to try and convince her to co-host with me.
That would be freaking awesome. Dan said capes and long coats are also problematic on stairs. Yes, and like not bell, but the straight, like very straight leg. Not even the bell bottoms, but just the straight leg. Yeah. And Carl said Trey in the green room is awesome. Trey on Last Man Standing when we're talking about tacos is funny too. Nick said, Joey, do not let her get out on the market.
When her-
go ahead.
I was going to say, when her dad was living with us for a little while when his house burned, we were all going back and forth, and she said some smart ass comment. I don't remember what it was now. I looked at her dad. I said, "Why'd you let me marry her?" And he goes, "Only way I could get her out of the house."
Oh, sounds like exchange with my parents.
I'm like, "Well, can I return her?" He goes, "Nope, you're past the return period."
Oh man, who says that she wants to keep you?
Oh, she ain't got nobody to return me to now.
Anywho, Bladed Thesis says, I tried to convince Foxy to join me in the tea house, but she doesn't like being on camera and we only have one mic. See, that's why you just need to come to the green room, because on top of that, that's not recorded. And Carl said, oh, I used to have to hike up my bell bottoms on stairs like a lady does a long dress. Okay, so I'm kind of glad I have some pajama pants that are like the stovepipe legs, and if I go downstairs, I have to pull them up because our stairs curve too, which does not help. And half the time, there's a little orange monster sitting there, like, I'm gonna get you. I think she's cute. Bladed Theses said to go to ravenswoodleather.com/Sherwood_archer_bracer_men/extendable thing. There you go, Nick. This is what his bracers look like. And apparently Dan had a sneezing fit.
Ooh.
Zoom tight. And Donna said that that's as bad as what my pop said to Carl when he found out we were going to get married. No backsies.
That's why my wife keeps hold of the marriage certificate. She tells me I can't return her without the receipt anyway.
No deposit, no return. See, Carl said, oh, my bell bottoms were the elephant type and had cuffs. If anyone dropped a coin in the hall, I would find it in the cuffs that night. That's a way to make money. And Blade said, so she just runs the chat on YouTube and Discord for me. Hey, it takes a village. It really does. And I know that's kind of weird and stupid to say, but I've learned since kind of falling into this group last year, Michaela kind of introduced me to everybody, and I really appreciate that. But it's just everybody is there to help everybody out, and in a couple, you do stuff to help everybody, each other out as well. So Carl said that's good teamwork, Thesis and Foxy. Yes, excellent teamwork.
I'm really surprised there was no comment from Nick about me trying to get my wife to co-host with me on NTF the next time I run the show for him. Either that, or that was the shudder that I kind of felt in the force.
Dear Blades, sometimes I'll get on a rant and she gets to be in charge of reining me back in. Let's see. And I will CNC adopt both of you and Trey. CNC. Looking at the keyboard on.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Nick, do you need we need help?
That's an understatement.
CNC, what's it mean? Donna helped with my coffee with Carl this morning by not coming in while I was doing it, not without her coffee. Boy, the Thesis says, I feel disturbance in the force. Nick said, don't tempt me. And Dan said, my family always said it takes a village to raise an idiot, but I don't know which grandchild he meant. Certainly not me, LOL. And Nick said, wow, you are innocent. I tell everybody, I'm perfectly innocent. I just have really bad thoughts sometimes. And Foxy said she's trying out Adobe Card Maker and I'm a bit lost. I don't know if anybody here has worked with Adobe Card Maker, but if you have, maybe y'all can reach out to each other and talk each other through with the lost part. Bladed Thesis says, I have adopted far more people into my extended family from all of these shows. Yes, definitely. I have done the same. And Nick said, oh, CNC, consensual non-consent. So now I'm going to go back up here. I will consensual non-consent adopt both you and Trey. Catch that after I tongue-tied it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bladed said, he knows. And Nick said, blah, Thesis, you would. Thesis says, damn right I would, Nick. You try to tell people I'm innocent. They don't believe me, but then innocent things happen. Oh, Carl said if Nick adopts both Joe and Trey, does that make them brother and sister?
Step.
Oh, Dan said that I am no longer innocent since he has given me a back rub.
You know, that's probably true.
No! I'm still innocent. Carl said this has a Joe Dirt vibe going. These thesis is just because I participated in a couple scene. Never mind. Never mind. Oh dear. I know that I have a ton of non-adopted sisters and brothers. I only have one biological, but there's a lot of them out there. Donna said she thinks Dawn protests too much. Said Dawn got a back rub from old Dan and didn't get pregnant by proxy. Impressive.
All right.
Old Dan would have had some powers that we didn't even know existed at that point in time then. Looks like you got your burned wood done.
I do. And that looks good. So, yeah, we'll get that clear coated and get a hanger put on the back of it. Actually, I might do the hanger now.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Help me out here.
What are you trying to do?
Make it the biggest. That's not what I wanted. Oh, shit. Darn. Okay, there we go.
Ta-da! Oh, you want me to flip it back over?
That is a cool theme.
It is. I really like this scene. I really kind of want to do even more of these.
Do you know when you made it smaller, it looked like snow, but now that it's bigger, it looks like grass?
Well, here's an even smaller one I did the other day.
So you have small, medium, and large?
I'd say small, large, and large, because the other one was still big, but it seems like this one was a little wider than the other one.
Yeah, because if you put the other one back down next to it, yeah, your son looks a little stretched out more.
Yeah.
Looks good though, yet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Thesis says, I've got a brother and sister by blood, but we don't talk about them. And Nick said, no, see, I adopt Trey as my pet, and she keeps Joe as her pet.
Okay.
Yeah, just for it. Go for it. Carol said, yay! I'm assuming it's about the wood being done, or it could be about the adoptions. And Nick said, that looks amazing. And Dan said, that looks great, Joe. Foxy saying, nice job.
Thank
Donna
you.
said, that's great. And Bladen said, pets. Right. Let's see here. Nick wants to know, have you ever considered using the wood stain pens to add a color tone to it before clear coating?
No, because I don't trust myself on that yet. I've thought about it, but it's one of those things that's like, I really don't want to screw up something this nice. What I need to do, I do need to try that. I do need to do something like that. What I need to do is do it on a bunch of smaller pieces first. Smaller and simpler pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That way I don't accidentally ruin a big piece like this.
Well, for the artists out there, if you're learning a new craft, don't you kind of start out with the smaller? And I'm asking this actually of the artist, that you kind of start out, like if you're going to do a hand, if you're wanting to learn hands, that you just kind of start doing a little bit here and there on the hands to make it work. So you have you don't go into it going, I'm going to do a portrait of a hand. It's perfect. You kind of do a finger here and a finger. That didn't come out right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So same concept, I would say. And Dan said, okay, Dawn didn't want to make something the biggest cognitive dissonance. And Carl said, I think you see the pine trees, and with the season you feel it's a winter scene, which is possible. And Nick said, this is why I need to win the lottery. There's a lot of reasons any of us need to win the lottery, just saying. Thesis. This is from Donna. Thesis. I'm adopted and my bio family found me last April. I found out I'm one of 10 with 9 different fathers. It's fun hearing what Donna has learned over the past year. It's been really cool. I enjoy hearing the stories about meeting her family for the first time. Nick said, big pet pillows on the floor, Thesis. And Thesis said, not even going into the logistics of pet play with you folks. And Nick is laughing at Thesis. And Dan said, I better watch my step or Dawn will put ice down my shirt collar in October. Me, would I do that ever?
No, never.
Yeah, I did. I own that shit. Yep, I did it. Later, Thesis said, my first journal was a piece of crap, but luckily I made it for myself. Foxy's and Nick's are better, and hopefully my sample will be better still. Every time you do it, anytime you're working on any kind of thing like that, it gets better and better.
Mm-hmm.
So. And
if you look at my word burnings compared to what I do now.
And Johnny Cage just decided to finally pop in. And he said a lot of reasons for the lottery, like blackjack and hookers.
Hookers and blow, man. Hookers and blow.
Donna said, hey, Johnny. And Johnny saying hi back. Nick saying, evening, Johnny. And Carl said, did you put the hanger on the right side, Joe?
Yes.
Didn't you almost put the other one on the wrong side?
Yes.
Yeah. Johnny said, evening. And Carl goes, I saw you check. Not hurt to double check your work. Let it ride. Oh.
All right, folks. Well, we are almost 2 hours in. I do appreciate y'all coming out tonight. We will be back hopefully Monday with a Behind the Code. And next week we should have another Burning His Love.
I'm laughing because I might not be here. I might not be here next Monday because I'm having a burn myself. The burning is love, making my back not hurt as bad. Sorry.
Monday night we'll get to learn what burns Dawn's nerves. But no, I appreciate you all coming out tonight. Let's see, today's Tuesday. I got to remember that. No streams that I know of from the Rising Tide Network other than NTF tomorrow morning with Nick. 10 Eastern, 9 Central. I'm sure tomorrow night Indie Comics Network or the Madness Comics Network will have something going on. Possibly Heather and Nita. I don't know if they'll have their thing tomorrow night.
I wasn't sure Comics Chaos and Sass was tomorrow night or not.
And then Thursday night, of course, we got Stupid O'Clock, Last Man Standing. Friday we'll have Nevermind the Furthermore, the Historical Fencing Guild, and the Green Room. Saturday night is From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher and Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing. Also Thursday night you'll have Comic Book Spectrum. So, yeah, I'm plenty of shows to watch throughout the rest of the week. And with that, folks, I am going to roll the end credits after I switch. Oh no, that should be the right one. I think I did update this one. Well, we'll find out because this will either have Foxy and Taylor on here or it won't. I think I did update this one though. So with that, folks, have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.